What is going on, everybody? I'm Pixel Enemy, Alm0stevil33 here, and today I have another Battlefield 4 gameplay commentary for you guys. Today I'm playing some Domination on Locker Room, and I'm running with the Assaulter class and the FAMAS, and I really love this weapon, especially on a map like this, of course. But the gameplay in the background is pretty lengthy, but it's very good. I did well, I think. So sit back, relax, and enjoy it while I talk here. So what I want to do today, we're going to put together a list of issues. And in the comments down below, I want as many of you guys as possible to report any and all issues that you're having with Battlefield 4 right now. And it doesn't matter what platform you play on or how big or little the issue is, it really doesn't matter. And if you're not sure if anybody else is experiencing a certain issue, drop it in the comments anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Make a big list, a small list, just the ones that bother you the most, whatever you want. Just please comment away. Now, what I recommend we all do is favorite this video or somehow bookmark it. Then, as possible patches or updates for the game come out, we can take a look back at Battlefield 4's multitude of issues and see just how many of them got fixed. And I know that this is a video that you would think would come a little bit earlier in Battlefield 4's lifespan, but a lot of us YouTubers like to kind of give EA and DICE the benefit of the doubt, give them a chance to patch the game up shortly after release. But I think it's time now that we really take a hard look at the game and what's wrong and kind of try to address these issues and just organize them ourselves, because a lot of people just say that the game's not good, but they don't really specify what they don't like about it. And I really want to get everybody's issues together in a forum-style comment section. So that's why I really am excited to make this video, and you guys are all going to be a big part of it. Now, before I take off here on my list of complaints with Battlefield 4, I just want to say that I really truly enjoy this game. There are just as many fantastic points you can make about it for every bad point, and I might make a video about that coming up pretty soon. But for the amount of time that it's been since launch, the glaring problems with the game really need to be addressed right now. As for comment regulation, there will be some of you who will say that you aren't experiencing any major issues with the game at all, and it runs fine for you. And that's totally okay, more power to you. However, there will be others who will say that this game sucks, I hate it, I want Bad Company 3. Now, this is a perfectly fine opinion, but it doesn't really contribute anything to our list here, so I wouldn't really recommend commenting that. Let's try and make this as productive and insightful as possible and see where EA and DICE will take us. Alright, so I've chosen to break up Battlefield 4's issues into two main categories: technical issues and gameplay issues. The technical list is a heck of a lot shorter, so let's start there. So here are the technical issues I have with Battlefield 4. Crashing, which mostly occurs on old generation consoles, but I've had some issues on Xbox One myself, and I've heard about people on all platforms that have crashing problems. Lagging, which is absolutely cross-platform. Frame rate drops, which is on all consoles and some less powerful PCs. Still broken netcode on PC, and I heard that it's better than it used to be when the game launched, much better, but still quite broken. Unable to join servers and broken quick match on Xbox One. This one I've experienced, and anybody who's played Xbox One Battlefield 4 has experienced this. It is ridiculous. The quick match doesn't work at all. It either just says that there's no games available, or it'll put you into a completely different game mode than you selected. And as for the server browser, the queues are unbelievable. You'll be in maybe 65 out of 191 or something. It is unbelievable. And I don't know if those numbers are truly accurate. You know, am I really the 30th person out of 75 in a server queue? I'm not so sure. But even if it is accurate, that means they just don't have enough servers. So they really need to pick up more servers. That's ridiculous. Texture flaws, which is mostly on old generation consoles. Some textures don't load until maybe a few seconds after you notice them, and it looks really ugly. Campaign progress keeps getting deleted. Not sure if this is cross-platform, but I hear that it's mostly PlayStation users that are having this issue. Emblems made in Battle Log are not showing up in the game. This is all consoles and occasionally PC. I made an emblem in Battle Log, and it has never shown up on either my Xbox 360 version or my Xbox One version, which is ridiculous. Second Assault is not available to premium users or anyone for that matter, and that is a big issue on PC and PlayStation, because it's only available on Xbox One right now. I don't know why. Given Xbox One obviously has that exclusive 2-week early action or whatever, but it's been much longer than they said it would be for PC and PlayStation users to get Second Assault, so that's ridiculous and absolutely inexcusable. So that's it for technical issues for me. Next we're moving on to gameplay issues. So we're going to start with an awful campaign in general. And I may go into detail about why the Battlefield 4 campaign sucks so bad in another video if you guys would like me to. broken game modes on certain maps. For example, Rush on Hainan Resort, or Hainan Resort, however you pronounce that, is absolutely broken. I've never seen past the first set of NCOMs on either the attacker or defender side. And Paracel Storm is another one that's broken, although that one I've seen the whole map a few times, so it's not as bad. But the resort map is ridiculous. I've never seen past the first set of MCOMs on either attacking or defending sides, so that's pretty ridiculous. The next issue is the list in itself, and that is useless weapons, vehicles, and gadgets. Now, there don't really seem to be too many crazy overpowered weapons in Battlefield 4 at the moment, but there are just way too many that are terabad and just completely pointless. So let's go class by class here. Assault. Most of the weapons are actually pretty decent and usable here, except for anything that's burst fire only. Burst fire rifles can't really match up to the rest in any way, shape, or form. So unless you really love these types of weapons, they're pointless. As for gadgets, nobody uses anything besides medpacks and paddles, and I really don't have a problem with that at all. Engineer. PDWs as a whole are just underwhelming. Some aren't bad by any means, such as the CZ3A1, but others are once again pointless to use, like the CBJMS. As for gadgets, the rockets are effective enough, but the Javelin and MBT Law are just practically worthless. The slot with the repair torch and mines is okay. Support. I gotta say, this class is actually really fun to use this time around. The LMGs are all pretty decent with the exception of the U100 MK5. Shotguns are also pretty fun overall, but they seem to be hit or miss with a lot of players. The gadgets are pretty cool though. The XM25 Airburst is awesome for taking out those annoying rooftop snipers. While the C4 is just, well, C4. Claymores are also available to run with as well, and they're really fun. Now there's actually a couple not-so-good support gadgets. The mortar's only useful in certain game modes, like I think it kind of excels in Rush. And to be honest, I don't really know much about the MP-APS, but I hear it's junk. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. Recon. Sniper rifles are all decent, with the exception of the Scout Elite. Just toss that one out, it's not even really worth talking about. DMRs are pretty much terrible. They need either a damage output buff or just to have less recoil to be viable options. Now, I know that in hardcore mode, the DMRs are said to be pretty reliable because they're a 2-shot kill rather than 3 to 4, but I don't know, I think that you kind of need to balance things based on core mode first before you move into hardcore. Recon gadgets aren't bad at all either. Now, time to talk about the sidearms, and they're all pretty fun to use, so that's a plus, but unfortunately the same can't be said about grenades. Everyone knows that the V40s are way too powerful since they can be thrown too far and have too much of a blast radius. Nobody uses anything else, and it gets really annoying after a while. Alright, so let's finish off with vehicles. Ground-to-ground combat's really fun once again, but unfortunately the same can't be said for the other two combat types. Ground-to-air is broken for a couple reasons. First off, Stingers and Eagles are useless against a scout chopper that has engineers repairing it. So basically, scout helis are unstoppable with a coordinated team. On the other end of the spectrum, the attack choppers are way too easy to take down with anti-air. The countermeasures just don't reload quick enough to evade even just a few rockets, and sometimes, if you get hit with just one rocket, your chopper will spin out of control and crash into the ground. I don't get it. The anti-air vehicle is way too overpowered too. On some maps like Langkang Dam, you can just drive it to the back of your spawn and sit there while taking out the enemy's air vehicles as soon as they spawn in. I've seen people do scores like 40-0 by doing this. Not even an exaggeration. As for jets, they seem to fly too fast and never really get taken down. Most pilots that I see don't really do anything besides fly in circles and maybe do an occasional strafing run. So there you have it. That's my full list of issues of Battlefield 4. If you have any issues with the game as it stands right now, whether I mentioned it here or not, please drop a comment down below and let me know. And like I said, press the thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment with your thoughts and your issues with Battlefield 4 right now. And come subscribe to my channel. There's a link on your screen and in the description. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.